And welcome back to All Over the Map. Thanks for tuning in. On this episode, we're going to explore the United Kingdom, and we're going to do it through the All UK Airports game on GeoGuessr by Bus Stop, or Bus 5 Top, however you want to say it. It says here only airports that appear on Flight Radar 24 appear on this map. I haven't done airports for a while. I also do UK churches here in the next couple days in UK town and city centers, but airports we haven't done for a while. I was on the Flight Radar app, which is funny enough today, just looking at different airports. I do kind of have a fascination with flying, nothing too great, but it always fascinates me, and I know there's a lot of people that request this game. So here's what we're going to do. All airports in the UK game today. We're going to probably the next day or two do the UK churches, town centers this weekend, and maybe Weatherspoons. So let us know what you like to play. We're going to do this one as a no time limit moving challenge. The play along link for those of you that want to play along will be in the description below. And I will tell you the reason why I played this game is Flight Radar app, I get a notification when there's a 7700 emergency, and I think there was one that was flying over the UK. I'm like, hey, I've got to do UK airports. So like, did I do one? I did do one, but it's been, I would say, close to a year since that's been the case. These folks are waiting here. What's the airport? It just says UK government. Please keep your windows closed unless prompted. Sloan helicopters. So let me know if you have taken Enniskillen Airport. So Enniskillen, I'm going to guess, is in Northern Ireland. That's where I think Enniskillen is in Northern Ireland, I'm pretty sure. Let's see, the license plates, yes. I think suggest that. Maybe. Enniskillen Airport is where we are. By the way, I do have a dog here. Dog is barking for whatever reason. That's what kind of happens if you're new to the channel. If you're new to the channel, we got a lot of great content. Like over 1,000 videos, which is pretty insane. Nice church. Well, speaking of churches, we got the airport at the end of the church. The airport at the end of the church. The runway, probably. Anyway, you know what I mean. It's been one of those weeks. Okay. So, Enniskillen. Let's just take a look, because I think the word Ennis, I don't know. It just sounds Irish to me. So, Enniskillen. And there it is, kind of tucked down in this little corner of Northern Ireland on the road to Sligo, which is in the Republic of Ireland. And let's take a look. We have... where is the airport? Maybe a little further afield here, right? All right, so the Sligo Road, no. Tesco Superstore, and there it is. The Enniskillen St. Angelo Airport, and there's the Troy Church of Ireland, the town of Troy. It's a Baptist church as well. And I'm going to guess, no, there's the parking, or the car park, I should say. But the Enniskillen Airport, so we got Northern Ireland, which is pretty cool. I think we're probably down here. Enniskillen for the first round. So if you've been to any of these airports, if you're a pilot, let us know. If you're going on vacation, as we say in the United States, or holiday, and you're flying on a flight, let us know where you're flying if you're flying in the United States. Me personally, I love, this kind of looks like another round maybe in Northern Ireland, but I love going on vacation. I love holidays. I want to travel. I will say this. When I do travel to the UK, which will happen hopefully soon, I'm not the biggest fan of flying, even though I'm fascinated with it, which is pretty crazy. Not interesting. I wouldn't say it's complete fear. Like something's burning over there. But it is not my favorite thing to necessarily do. So we can talk about that. We can talk about my we'll probably call it a fear of flying. Let's just call it what it is, right? I don't want to sit there and lead anybody on. But the thing I don't like about flying is the takeoff. So I know there's a pilot here. It's like, hey, but to me, it's one of those things. There's a climbing wall there right next to the airport. let's say my fear has gotten less as I've gotten older, which is kind of funny. This is a small little airport, but yeah, I will have to say, flying transatlantic, which I have several times. Let's just say I don't sleep because that's like an overnight flight. So overnight, the Shell Island Limited. This land is owned and operated by Shell Island Limited, which is interesting. Trees blowing, yeah, from the southwest. Shell Island, is this? I was going to say this is Wales, but I don't think. Tidal, we're on a tidal causeway here. So now's the time to go to Shell Island. How about that? Look at that view. Pretty beautiful. Again, always nice. In Europe, a lot of, I always say Norway. There's a lot of beautiful places in the world, but here's one of them, Shell Island. I'm not going to make a guess quite yet, but we shall find out fairly soon. All right, choo-choo train. Yeah, so this is probably Wales. I'm going to guess Shell Island. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not sure on this one. There's our friends in Barrie, which we were in a previous game. All right, so got the train here, so we can't be too far away from. Oof. Bournemouth. Alright, this is probably it here. As I see this town. Porthmadog. Bryn Mawr. Is it the end of the line? Looks like that is the end of the line. Direction of travel, so that way it'd be the end of the line. Okay, so planes, trains, and automobiles in this one. That's a pretty cool movie. If anybody's seen that, let us know. It's another one of those 80 movies that I constantly annoy the crap out of my kids with. It's like everything's got to be 80s. Why was everything great in the 80s and 90s? What's the deal with that? Well, it was just a good time. That's all. It's probably when I grew up. If I already grew up, you grew up in the 10s, it's probably the best time ever. Just think it's this is interesting because what is this train station? Probably can't really make that out. Bikes. This begins with an L. So, penny chain. I wonder if we keep going. But the directions. This is probably it here, right? Hmm. Well, this game's taken me a little longer than I had hoped here. Maybe this is it. No. Hmm. Alright, so here's Shell Island, and here is the... Is it a Royal Air Force Base? Is that what we're looking at? Rental available. So I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure what this is here. What we're looking at. I guess it was a Royal Air Force Base Janbitter. So somebody's gonna have to inform me on that one. I'm not really sure about that one. All right, so we got a single engine plane. We got a photosphere and not much else for this one. So hopefully you get this one with vintage planes. The G, I guess, is for the UK, because I think N is for North America. So what is G? Somebody's going to have to inform me on some of this stuff, because I'm not really sure, but I feel like G is. Again, I'm a novice at this stuff. We're on an interesting looking roof with a lot of stones. I don't know why. What's that all about? Are we on a roof, or what is this? I'm not sure what it is. It looks like it. Well, it's flat, and I have no idea where this is, so I'm just going to go near Cambridge. We'll find out where this is. What a guess this is. Wow. Okay, 29 miles, folks. The only reason I went in this part of England is because, or the UK for that matter, is the only place that I feel like it's flat is in this part. People could say there's flat areas throughout the UK, but for whatever reason, for me, like this whole section, and I just dropped it there. So we're not that far away from London. The airport here, Essex, what is this? What airport is this? Essex and Hertz Air Ambulance and Helipad. So I think that's the, what airport? Academy Aviation North Weald. All right, so there we are. Oof, we got a helicopter here, folks. We've got serving Wales and serving lives. We are at Wales once again, so we're getting all over the UK here on this all UK airports map. Cars parked at owner's risk. Wales something. The Wales Air Ambulance. So there it is, the air ambulance lifting people out of difficult situations. Montgomeryshire, mid Wales. There's a county in Maryland near DC called Montgomery County. I've never really heard of Montgomery, where that came from, but Montgomeryshire, I've never heard of that. This is new for me. Mid Wales. The Fuel Aviation Cafe. The fuel stop, Aviation Cafe, stop by sometimes. The air ambulance. It is, so we can see what we can see from the road. Ooh, we can't see much. All right, there's the tower. So mid Wales, I would think, is probably around here, Montgomeryshire. There's Montgomery. Wow, how about that? Right next to England, the Vale of Montgomery. The Montgomery Castle, a lot of history here. So we've got to find the Crown Pub. You think it would be near Montgomery. But I'm not sure on this one. The Nag's Head Inn. It's always a railway inn, but Nag's Head's also, folks, in North Carolina. I've been to that Nag's Head. Sir Walter Raleigh is the name I think of when it Nag's Head, North Carolina, and all that stuff. Reduce your speed now. And here's a helpful sign. Okay, so we've got Newtown. But the more important thing, Shrewsbury. We've got the 483. So, need to cut this back so we can see what museums. Looks like Discus Throwing Museum or something. All righty. The 490. Diverted traffic. The 483 and the 490. The Horseshoes Inn. And here we are. So we are here. Mid Wales Airport. The Welshpool Flying School. And there we are. Get a better picture of this one? Nope. Got that bush. But, there we are. There's a helicopter. And, the Mid Wales Airport. And of course we get, missed this one by a point. But that's what happens here on all over the map. Now, this is pretty cool because it looks like we're getting ready to take off. Wow, okay. Google Street View on the runway. I mean, all right, so Google Street View on the runway in the UK. This is the way of the town. Wow, just land right there. How does this work? This might be one of the most interesting airports I think I've ever seen. In fact, this is a public road. No public access, airport property. Can't read that where that is. Pedestrians may only cross. Barriers are open. Is that a horse? Okay, at least there's a fence there. Tobe. So I feel like this might be Scotland. Sumburgh Airport. And this one shows a train tracks. Wow. Okay, so this is this is quite interesting. Sumburgh. Where is Sumburgh and East Shore? I'm not even sure where we are here. But we got one of the most interesting locations. One that I didn't even know about, that you can literally cross a road. Memorial Hall. You can cross the runway. And anyway, wow. Sumburgh. Alright, we're gonna go up this hill, I think. Apologize for the constant clicking. I just don't know what else we're going to do at this point, folks, because I don't know where this could possibly be. Looking west. So we're looking west. It's a nice day. Whatever this... do we go this way? Or do we go this way? I'm not really sure. I have no idea where we are. Could be anywhere in the UK. I don't think we're in Wales. Probably can rule that one out. At first it felt like this might be someplace in Ireland. I think it could be like southwest Scotland. That's where I might go with, is to look as southwest Scotland. Man, what a view. What a view. There's an airport down there somewhere. We've come up a hill. Wow. Okay. All right. Come on, where's that sign? There's cameras everywhere in the UK. That's one thing I noticed. All right. Jarlshof, Sumburgh Head. South. Alright, so I'm just going to go look for this because I really don't have a clue. But if I guess it was like here. Let me just see. Alright, so this is where I'm thinking. I definitely, maybe we're out here. I've got to visit this place. This is an interesting location. These are the sorts of things that you got to visit. Gosh, I have no idea where this could possibly be. Make sure it's not out of here. This is another Ramsey. It's Ramsey in Wales. I don't know. I don't know. Something like you just passed over it. Well, we just got to keep climbing, and then I'll make some type of guess here soon. Let's see what a rubbish bin says here. Not much there. Ooh. These are interesting. Okay. Found my answer. We are in the Shetland Islands. That is good. This is on my list. Anybody been to the Shetland Islands? You want to fly into Sumburgh? Cross here at the Sumburgh Airport on the A970 going right through. Wow, what a place. You know, what a place this is. Where the road meets the runway. This one. Sumburgh. If you've flown into Sumburgh or if you've driven over a runway, I guess legally, let us know. This was a fun one. I like all UK airports. It took us all over the place. Speaking about all over the map. We uncovered a lot of the UK. We'll probably play this one again. But stay tuned for churches, town centers, and if you want Weatherspoons, what else? Also, click subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for 4,000 subscribers. Want to get to 5. So we got to keep growing. And also check me out all over the stands. It's in the comments down below. With that said, thanks for tuning in. Until next time, cheers.